Hello, and welcome back to Infinite Roleplay Dungeon a Day. My name is Nelson, your dungeon maker, dungeon master, and friendly neighborhood player slayer. Um, let's hop into Photoshop over here, and always remember not to judge me. I was born to be awesome, not perfect. I love that. That's so cool. Anyway, back to Photoshop. Let's new file as we've done before. Let's have one 8.5 by 11 300 pixel per inch file open, as well as a 1 by 1 inch file open. 1 by 1 inch file? Do I want a 1 by 1 inch file? Yeah, let's do a 1 by 1 inch file, 300 dpi as well. And let's create the hatch pattern that goes behind our dungeons, the old school David Weirds type pattern. Now, I'm going to load up our brushes. I have yet to delete all these extra crazinesses, because, let me see, maybe if I select this one and start adding new layers, bam, I'm going to drop that. Let's drop the size of it to, let's say 100 pixels. 100 pixels is nice, right? Let's just drop that there, right? Now what we're gonna do is duplicate that layer, or not the layer, selection tool, make our selection, Control C for copy, Control T for transform. Let's move this somewhere up there. Control V for paste. Select our move tool. It's been pasted. Right? So we can move, and it's on a different layer. So Control T to rotate it. Let's rotate that. Zoom in. Yes, I know it's overlapping, but we have the fun eraser tool, and you can start erasing some of it in this fashion to make it give that weaved pattern, I guess. Oh, no, gotta go to the layer beneath that to erase those ones. And pretty much just do your pattern like this. Some people are made of maps. Some people are made of maps. That is just great. I don't know where that came from. Some people. Yeah, see, so we got the little map thing going. Let's just erase that and lay it up there. Can I erase that? No, I can't. I gotta go back down to this layer to erase that. Alright, we have a nice little weaved pattern. Now, we can use our selection tool to select our weaved pattern, edit, define brush preset, and now we have let's create a new layer hiding the previous ones to illustrate this brand new brush. And we have our weave brush. We've got our weave brush. So let's go to shape dynamics, randomize where the thing goes, and just start stamping. There, and maybe there, and maybe there, and maybe there, and maybe there, and some over here, leaving gaps. Why not? Why not? After we have a bunch of them stamped, let's go and select this brush. I don't know what I did. Select the brush, size it down to about the size of your pattern, and let's get in it with our fancy tablet pens. If you do not have a fancy tablet pen, use your mouse. The mouse. I'm not going to that whole solidarity thing with a mouse for this, because it's gonna hurt my wrist. I don't like to hurt my wrist. I can't deal with a mouse like that. So I'm gonna get in there now. Start drawing in these patterns. So It's like 3, 3, 3, and just start connecting whatever you think you can connect. You can draw it in from scratch from the very beginning. However, I did not do that, so I'm probably going to be suffering a bit as far as the end result looks. I don't like that. Erase that. And maybe I should see if I can fast forward what it is I am doing here. So this is going to take forever. Not really forever, just going to take a while. And if of course, as all things, the more time and care you take, the better the end result would look. I'm not taking time, nor am I taking care to make a good looking end result, as much as I possibly should be doing so. Why? I don't know why. It's a pattern. It'll be all right. Actually, you know what? I think maybe we should not connect everything, because like I was watching David Weir's video, and maybe I'll throw a linky link to it, because he draws some like amazing maps. And much respect to Homeboy, because like I said, he draws some amazing maps. Not everything is quite connected, so maybe, you know, to get that old school feel down right, maybe some things just have to be loose. Maybe I'll just draw a little rocky rock there, a pebbly pebble there. This is not going to be the actual scale of the pattern. I'm going to shrink it down so it looks a little bit better. Maybe this one's got a big rocky rock, a little pebbly rocky rock. I think that's enough. That's enough of that. Let's throw some stuff around. And let's see what we end up with. That's all one. So let's edit, define. What's the pattern? Define pattern. Hatch. I don't know. Background hatchy hatch. Background hatchy hatch. Alright, let's go over to our test folder. Go to a new layer. Let's fill that with let's fill it with white, because I don't know, it's a habit. And enter in our pattern. Our square pattern is selected. As you remember, we have that one. We have the one with the smaller bricks. We have the one that has a little bit more decoration. Our incorrect hexagonal pattern. Let's delete that now, because we just don't like that one. Our two two hexagonals that aren't all that great, because I don't want to put any more work in them, because I don't really use them. And our hatchy hatch. How does the hatchy hatch look? It looks obviously repeated, right? Like you could see the squares where it repeats. It is not good. So let's go back and let's play around with some of Photoshop's features. Back into our pattern creation area, go to Filter, Other, Offset, and let's offset that to where we can see where the previous lines were. That way we can draw in some more and get rid of that horrible look that we have going around. Let's just let's just erase some items so we have a better control of what's going on in these areas. We're just trying to connect the middle bits up so that they look nice and aren't so apparent as far as them being a pattern. Because the object of the pattern is to make it look like it's just an all-natural drawing and not just a constantly repeated pattern over and over and over again. So let's go to our brush. Shortcut key for that is B, if you didn't know. Because I know I use a lot of shortcut keys. Let's make sure we have black selected. Increase the brush size a little bit so I can get some textures. And let's just play around. That one overlaps that. Overlaps that. Let's get this just across. Looking good. Looking alright. And just like I said, just making things look like they sort of belong where they are and not necessarily one of those repeated patterns. Ah! It looks horrible. Doesn't need to look great. Just needs to look like it belongs. I don't know why, but I've got some Yo Gabba Gabba songs in my head. It's probably because I'm a father, and my baby likes Yo Gabba Gabba, and so do I. It's like a dancey dance. It's a hatchy hatch. Doop 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 doop. I don't know. I'm being obsessive now, aren't I? I probably am being a bit obsessive about this design and less zen about its construction, but ultimately it is looking less and less patternized. Take a step back, look at it. Does it look like a pattern? Doesn't look tiled, I should say. Doesn't look like it's tiled. Do I want to add like a little sort of texture on these rocks? Just I'm being silly. Let's stop doing that and go back up to filter, other, offset, just to offset it again. And I might do this a few times to check the tiling effect, making sure it doesn't look like distinct tiles and that it looks as much as a seamless texture as possible. One of those things that the longer you take doing it, the more time, effort, and care, the better the end result will be. Now, I'm just rushing through it. That way you can see how it's done, the methods, the technique, and then a general overview of the end result, so that you know what to do and what steps to take to get your own version of what I'm doing. Possibly get a better version of what I'm doing. Because you might be as obsessive as me, yet actually take your time. Let's get this going over there. Get a nice little thingy thing here. We don't want that. We don't want no education. Except we're watching a tutorial. It makes no sense. Hey, Rocky Rock. Be a Rocky Rock. Ah! It's like a fountain pen that just explodes with stuff. Why did I put the Rocky Rock there? I don't know. But, am I getting a little bit too in-depth with this? Is it time to just stop the texture? Let's offset it. Wait, let's connect this line. So it looks like it was part of the offset, the offsetting. To dream the impossible dream. The point is to fight the offset, not to fight the tiling effect. Offset that once again. I'm noticing, I don't know about you, I may be going a bit crazy, a little OCD here, about everything just looking quite correctly. Let me stay away from the corners. There's right here, if you can see that mouse, I'm going to throw the hand tool up there. I'm noticing the tiling right there fairly evidently. The tiling over here is not that evident, which is good. We don't want it to be evident. But there's just a void over here that seems to be just going throughout the entirety of the picture. And some of the areas that the void is not, they're not quite connected. Oops. It's like I'm singing connected. Oh. I'm like the stupid song. No. Alright, let's filter, offset. Oh, filter, other, offset. Once again, checking the offset. Now I'm just going to play around with it. See if I see anything I don't like. Kind of want to adjust this area. I don't want to do that. I want to adjust this area just a little bit. That alone should be enough to break up that tiled look. Maybe have this come down and have this go over and this go under. Yeah. I'm being obsessive. I know. So let's stop being you guys and gals, be obsessive. Do your thing. This is just a limited time offer. No, it's not offer. Limited video. So going back to edit, define pattern. This is our Hatchy Hatch tune, right? Because I don't know. It's our hatch. No, a Hatchy Hatch. Hatchy Hatch. Going over to our pattern. This was how our hatched pattern looked before going through with offset to get rid of the tiled look. So let's go to our new version and look how that looks. Now, if you look closely enough, you can see and feel that tiled pattern. It is nowhere near as evident. However, let's add a mask. Mask everything. Make it all black. Grab a brush and select the brush as white, so unmasking the layer. And going like this, when you're coloring in the layers and whatnot. What am I doing? Coloring your layers. It's not going to be as evident. This is going behind your lovely your lovely dungeons. So if I make a dungeon like this, so to speak, cave system or whatever, and it's just going wherever it's going. It's going wherever it ends up going. So it ends up looking like that. So that's how we do our background Hatchy Hatch. So next time, peace.